What's going on, guys? Welcome to the video. Behind me is my brand new 2022 Audi RS5 Coupe. I picked this car up in February of this year. The car currently has 5,000 miles. I want to do a little bit of an ownership review type video. Tell you guys what I like about the car, what I don't like about the car. After all, this has been my dream car for a couple of years. Obviously, not a dream car, but a dream car, as real car guys say. So a little bit of stats for this car. This car has 450 horsepower, 442 pound-feet of torque. This particular model does not have a dynamic plus package, which unlocks the top speed to 174 miles an hour. This tops out at 155 miles an hour. And the MSRP for this particular model was $89,000 with options after the California tax and some of the maintenance packages that I got with this particular model. My total cost for the car was $106,000 before any sort of minor upgrades and things that I did to this particular vehicle. Okay, guys, so now with this little intro out of the way, I'd like to go over all of the options that this vehicle has. I didn't spec this car, custom order it. I picked it up directly from the dealership as is. However, all the options that the vehicle has are pretty much everything that I would have ticked, possibly besides the paint. So this is where we're gonna start. This particular vehicle is finished in this beautiful Mythos black metallic paint, super gorgeous, with this little flakes, golden flakes, and maybe a little bit of a greenish tone. If it was up to me, I would have probably gotten a Sonoma green paint. However, the car that I was looking at was going for like $15,000 to $20,000 premium just for that particular paint. So I decided not to get it, obviously, because it's a very stupid financial decision. So this car also came with a dynamic package, which includes these red painted calipers, a red sport exhaust system, which I personally think is a minimum must on this particular car, as well as the RS Sport suspension with dynamic ride control. And while we're on this topic, this car also came with a black optics package, which gives us these beautiful 5-spoke wheels and also blacks out all the trim around the car. So this vehicle also came with the leather bucket seats with the red stitching. I think they suit the car very well and tie in together the whole black theme with the red calipers. The car also has a couple of extra bits and bobs like the driver's assist package, which includes the lane keep assist, adaptive cruise control, heads up display, top view camera, and park assist, which I actually never used in my life. This car also has a dynamic steering as well as navigation package. The navigation package I think is totally useless. I don't think that there's any sort of use for it because we all use either Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. So I added a couple of extra things to this car to make it more usable on a day-to-day basis, as well as to add a little bit of my twist and personality. So first, because the car has black paint and is very prone to love marks and swirls, I added a full PPF on this car. I also did a ceramic coat on top of the PPF. Now, I'm not sure if that was a beneficial option or not to choose, but I did it anyways. I also did a ceramic tint. I didn't want to go very dark. I did 35 on the side all around, as well as 70 on the windshield to protect me from the UV rays, as well as tie in the bad look. And the last thing that I did is I sourced all the black badges for the car. That's about a $300 option from Audi. However, if you go through the Audi parts, that's going to cost you over $1,000. I outsourced my parts from eBay and China. However, had a lot of pain updating the grill parts as the 2022 grill is not exactly the same as 2021, and that is also not exactly the same as 2018 to 2019. So I went through a couple of those, but finally, I gave in and got the Audi part for the grill. Paid a little bit of extra. It is what it is. So now I want to go briefly over why I chose the RS5 for my daily. I think that it's a fantastic car. I think it's low key and flies a little bit under the radar. Kind of like if you're into cars, you know what this car is, then you know what's driving next to you. Majority of the people will just assume that it's a nice Audi, nicer end, maybe on a little bit more expensive end. But they don't kind of grasp the performance of this vehicle. So I think it's great for certain people and a particular style of driving, right? So it's not an M3 or an M4 that likes to get tail happy. It's more of a lizard that sticks around the road because of the Quattro. Um, and it's not a hooligan car, and it's not a car for obnoxious people, in my opinion. I also think that the car is not intimidating at all, and it's also not super low. My girlfriend uses this car occasionally and comfortably runs tons of errands in this car as, I give it to her sometimes. I know. So, so I also like the versatility of this car. The car has the comfort mode, the auto mode, it has two RS modes you can configure individually, and the character of this vehicle changes dramatically. So the car also has a ton of features that make it a fantastic daily, in my opinion. It's comfortable seats, heads-up display, sunroof, great audio system, interior lighting, massage seats. Like what? A performance car? That's crazy to me. So now, with that out of the way, I'd like to talk about things that I actually do not like about this car. So sometimes it's a blessing and a curse, but this car does not have enough, just a little bit enough of that character. I think that with a little bit of modifications, you can easily correct this. I'm not gonna do it just yet because I don't want to void the warranty. Um, and for a daily, this is perfect. This walks right on that sweet line. But this is why this car is not for first choice for a lot of people, because they either want a more comfortable car or more obnoxious, loud, and more sports car type feel. I would say this is more of a GT cruiser, like leaning towards that side. Still a sports car, right? But maybe has a little bit too much comfort and it's a little bit toned down compared to, let's say, the previous generation with the V8. Um, the next thing I wanted to go over is the black paint. Obviously, right now it looks fantastic in the sun. I think the black car is just very sexy and classy to have. However, the maintenance of the black paint and the PPF is very annoying. Especially, I live in an apartment complex. We don't have particularly access to water to do a car wash, so I have to go and do one of those drive-through washes, and I actually do wash it myself. I don't go through the tunnels as I still want to take care of the PPF, and I want to keep this car for a few years for sure. Another point I would like to go over is the bucket seats maintenance. Bucket seats are fantastic. They're super comfortable. However, the bolsters on this car actually have a lot of wear already for a 5,000 mile car. You have to clean them and condition them, and they'll still show signs of you getting in and out, even if you're mindful and trying to do this properly. My next point does not really apply to this particular car only, but as a car guy, I think it's the expensive car syndrome, where you have to be like very mindful when you park this car. And even though this car is low key and under the radar, people might still come up to it and lean it and just look around it. So I'm constantly worried about parking this car. I might look for spaces a little bit further down from a place where I want to go or somewhere secluded. So as I mentioned previously, the car is not extremely low. However, it is low enough, and you have to be very mindful about garage entrances or any sort of speed bumps that you go over. Also, this car is not ideal to take on the track. I did only one session with this car so far, and after looking at the wear on the tires, I decided to calculate, how much the tires are gonna be, how much the brakes are gonna be, if I would like to continue bringing this car to the track. It was actually quite expensive, so this is not the car that you want to track all the time. And the last thing that I want to bring up is rock chips. I don't know what it is. Maybe this is my style of driving. I give plenty of space, in my opinion. However, this car picks up rock chips like crazy. And not necessarily on the hood or on the bumper, even though I have PPF on these parts, but rock chips on the windshield. I've already had 3 times where I had to fix the windshield, so it is what it is. So with all of this out of the way, thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe and potentially leave a like to motivate me to do more videos on the car and other content. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comment section down below, and I will try to get them promptly. Thank you so much. Cheers.